Hello and welcome to the Rhythm Factory. I'm Eddie C, and together with my co-host Peter D, we're going to bring you in touch with people in and around the music business. This is the podcast that takes you up close and personal. Hi, my name is Eddie C, and welcome to the Rhythm Factory podcast. To my right, my co-host, Mr. Peter D, and today our special guest is Mr. Ray Klaassen. Ray is a singer-songwriter living in the Netherlands, basically singing in the Dutch language, and at the moment starting to get very popular in the whole Benelux area. Welcome to our show, Ray.
Thanks. Yeah.
What I'd like to know, you're a singer-songwriter, and you're also working on a new CD, actually, together with Paul Nata. Used to be my neighbor, and very good. He's a very good arranger.
Wow.
And your title of your CD is called in Dutch "Dichter by Yourself," which is translated for our viewers, also for our viewers outside of the country that don't speak Dutch. It's called we translate it to "Closer to Yourself."
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your music and the person behind the music, because that's something we would like to know, and I'm sure our viewers and listeners as well would like to know.
Yes, I can. Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I write songs, as you said, in Dutch and in English. I like to write in English also because it's a beautiful language, but it's a big challenge for me to write in Dutch because it's my own mother language.
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
It's a challenge to write beautiful Dutch songs that reaches a lot of people in Holland and Belgium. So there lays my passion. That's where my passion is.
Okay.
And I'm now I started as a little boy, 11, with guitar playing lessons, and then I grew up and I discovered I can write songs. So I was in some bands, and well. For there was one thought in my mind when I was a little boy, when I heard the LP from Elvis Presley, Elvis Forever, and that one thought and emotion and feeling was, I want to be famous.
Okay.
And of course the dream is still there, but you grow up and you get a little more mature, and
you find out that that road is not as smooth as a lot of people think it is when they get into the music business.
No. So I met the music business, and when did I meet the music business? When I was performing at The Voice, the big television show now all over the world. What I started in Holland. And I was a little bit, how you say it? I woke up after The Voice.
Yeah, that will give you a wake up call.
Yeah. I really woke up, and I'm really glad that I woke up, because it's not only making music. It's also to to find a balance between music and business, and. I almost hate the word business, but...
Well, that's the worst part about the music business, is the business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the title of the album, Close to Myself, in Dutch, Dichter bij Jezelf, is all about that. All about the return to where I came from.
Going back to your basic roots.
Yes.
Getting back to the basics. It's good to hear that.
Yes. And of course, I'm not 16 or 20. I'm not. I'm now, right now, 43. So it's another phase.
Still young.
Yeah.
Still young. Okay.
And it almost seems there's a new life start for me. And I'm not in a hurry. It's not about the money. It's not about. It's about music.
Yeah.
And that's where the song, the album, the theme of the album is Close to Myself, and the songs which are coming are on that album are all about that subject.
Because you've got a single out now as well, right?
Yeah, it's up here. Talk about it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So that's my goal, and for the coming years, I wanna get into the theaters and the festivals, and I wanna do everything what feels right, what feels
Good to you.
good to you, and follow my intuition. It almost sounds a little bit corny or cheesy, but hey,
well,
it is.
I know you. I mean, we played together.
Yeah.
I can recall a gig that we did, and you are really about the music. That's what I experienced, because you didn't stop at that evening. You were going on and entertaining the whole crowd up there, song after song, and the band was going like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
When Ray stops, we will stop. But
Taking a break is not in my dictionary.
no,
Almost.
So that's good to know, and so it's good to hear that you are not in a hurry.
Yeah.
And it's all about the music.
Yeah.
But you tell us about how you met up with the music business.
Mm-hmm.
You also worked for radio stations, Q Music, Sky Radio. I believe you even had a show with Jeroen van Inkel at Veronica Radio.
I had, yeah.
Tell us a bit more about it, and what was your work up there?
Yeah, actually, I was a designer on the in the internet department.
Okay.
And well, it was a great job, but my colleagues were looking for me. Where's Ray? Where's Ray? Well, I sneaked out to the studios to to Jeroen van Inkel, and I was writing songs and jingles, and I was singing with in the studios downstairs, and well, they were not amused. But hey, there's a Dutch gezegde in English.
Yeah, Dutch saying.
Yeah, bloed kruipt waar niet gaan kan. Blood
Creeps where it can't go, or how do you say that, Eddie?
Yeah, it blood crawls where it can't, where it's usually not expected to be seen.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
And
well, there are a few other sayings you can go into, but I won't get too technical about that. Okay.
Well, it was the start of my, you can say, musical career on a more professional platform. And so I wrote a lot of jingles, and all my jingles were on Radio Veronica and Sky Radio. And after that, let's rewind. Jeroen van Inkel asked me to sing in his show. So there was an item called a wijsje voor een meisje, a sound for a girl.
Okay.
Song for a girl, you can say that. And so, what I had to do then? Okay, you have to listen to the man or the woman on the telephone who goes to the studio, and do the intake. What's their story? What's their question?
Yeah.
And then I wrote about that story, and it started at 6 in the morning, of course, because the morning show was 6 to 9 from Jeroen Winkel.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a song, I recorded it, and then live on radio with the subjects were different.
You had a subject that you had to write to.
Yeah.
So depending on what the subject matter was, that's how you wrote the song. Basically, is what you want to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wedding proposal or
It's kind of improvising, right? At the spot or in the moment.
Yes, improvising, and also to make it personal.
Yeah.
Because it's emotion radio.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crying on live on air, and not always crying, but also nice moments. But it was magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really magic, and I think I wrote 100 songs in a year or something.
Wow.
And and after that, Jeroen van Inkel went to Q Music, and so it ended for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, okay, I have to go to Q Music.
Right.
So I did my best, and I wrote a letter, and I came there. I was a webmaster there, and I started as a webmaster.
Okay.
And the same thing happened. Veronica happened also at Q Music. I sneaked out the internet department,
Right.
and I went to the studios and
started playing
and
music.
it all started again. And after Q, I did a lot of jingles for a lot of radio stations, jingle packages like 3FM, Phonics, all the big stations in Holland, but also in Spain, France, and
Okay.
so it was really
Does
really
Pablo
cool.
Español?
No.
That's about all I can say too. Okay. Listen, besides composing your own music, and I know you write songs for other people, and is there a different approach? Can you tell us about those differences? Because I'm sure you write for yourself probably is going to be different because it's closer to you, or do you write for another person from out that same vision?
Mm-hmm. Well, I write a lot of songs for different artists in Holland and Belgium, in Dutch and in English. But of course, there is a difference. The songs I write for myself are it's another level. Or I write about how you say that.
More personal things, maybe, or for yourself.
It's not that I wouldn't give my best songs to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
okay.
That's not. But it depends on who is sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
When I do a co-write, and there's an artist who sings more like party, more to the not there in the depth of your emotion, but more
on the surface,
entertainment
service.
I can write it also, but I have to think different. I have to make a connection with you, so I can understand.
So you kind of set yourself like a chameleon, so you can just go with the flow of the colors, as you would say, depending on the writer, or depending on the co-writer as well.
Of course, that's good.
But in those songs, have you? Let me put it like, a lot of writers, because I know being a composer myself, a lot of times you reach a certain point in your life and you say, wow, these are some of the best songs I've written.
Yeah.
Those songs I really want to save for myself, and so that I can get them out there, because that's the only way I can portray them. Are you like that, or do you say, I've got these songs, this is the whole stack, I'm going to let people hear them and try to get them out there? Because there's two different approaches about that.
Yeah, I'm not a production writer. It's not that I write a lot of songs and you pick a song out of my library. That's not how I work. No, and the last song is always the best song. Almost always the best song. And there are a lot of songs I write now that I won't let hear to people. But the songs in nowadays I write are more mature, are more are real, more real. It's
also closer to yourself in a way.
Well, back to your whole theme. You've matured over the years.
Yeah.
So you start going. You want to be a little bit more philosophical about what you're saying in your songs, probably. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah. It's more like less is more. I wanna explain a story and my feelings, and not
Production.
Yeah, I like saying I love you in there. You can say I love you in very different ways, but it's not always the most difficult way to say it. You can better say I love you. It's hard to explain about songwriting, but
Well,
it's more the
you're doing fine, man.
all the pieces together. The pronunciation. I mean, the and how you sing it, and that mix with the lyrics, with the melody, in this phase of my life, it's another. It's a different sound when I was singing at my 20th age.
Sure. Well, that's
That's logic.
that's logical
It's
because
logical.
you're going to because you're maturing. You get older. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I write out so completely different than I did 25 years ago, and each all the songs have a certain phase that I am in that particular point in my life. You know, I mean, I'm now almost 60, and yeah, I'm almost 60.
No way.
And my oldest son is just a couple of years younger than you, but over the years when I was 25, I wrote differently than I did when I was 35 and 45, and now pushing.
Well,
So
there's less
so,
less ego.
well, you get less ego,
Yeah.
but your songs become richer because you know you're so well in tune with yourself about the flavors that you want to put into the songs.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a difference as well. Maybe that's what you're trying to imply in your answer.
Exactly. Those are the right words you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can feel where you're coming from on that end. Yeah.
Well, that gives me the moment to go to your latest single, your newest single.
Yeah.
I showed it in the camera just minutes ago. It's called Het Licht, translated The Light.
The light. Yeah.
It's all in your own hands, right? I mean, and it's not like you go out for a label and you
No.
did it all by yourself with a great team of
Yeah.
people. It's a single which among all your other singles has a lot of success actually.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing in the Benelux area and Germany. Can you tell us a bit more about how it came about and where it's right now?
I will. Well, it's now 14 years ago. The single is about my father who died 14 years ago. And it's about him, it's about life, it's about death, it's about loss. And I wanted to record, I wrote this song, well, let's say 7-8 years ago. And always wanted to record this song, and I want to hear everyone had to hear this song. So now in these days I started my own label, Mood for Music, and with a group of fantastic people, believers, and we are building a beautiful platform. But that's the new way. But the single, I wanted to go to South France with my team to make it visual. My connection with my father.
Okay. Your father was from France.
No.
Okay.
But we went on vacation in 1999
Okay.
with the family, and I climbed that mountain. I climbed the mountain in South France, Pic de Boucarache, in
That's on the picture, right?
That's on the picture.
Yeah.
Yes. Pic de Boucarache, 1,200, 1,300 meters high.
Wow.
And I did that trip with him.
Okay.
And it was special. And it was a father-son thing.
Yeah.
And I want to show that to everyone, what my father meant to me and still mean to me.
Yeah.
And he's there somewhere. He's here, and I believe I'm not a religion person like Catholic or whatever.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm more spiritual minded, and I believe he's also a part of the writer in me.
Okay.
And I can feel it. But okay, that's my belief. My
Well, that's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, it's always glad when you can carry a loved one with you through your daily life. Because I know how that feels. I lost my dad also some years ago, and I was in the middle of a CD as well, and dedicated the CD eventually
Yeah.
to him. So I understand it very well. That those special moments that you have together.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you carry that and you relive them. And I personally think that also helps. Let's say form the simplicity that you want to bring in your music later on in life.
Yeah, he's the reason that I go on with music.
Yeah.
I decided to follow my heart and to bring music to people. He's the reason. At the day before he died, he was telling to me, Ray, it doesn't matter what you do in life, as long as you follow your heart, as you do what you like to do. And wow, that really shook me up. And
Sure.
yeah, it's a dedication to him, and I hope many people recognize. I think many people will recognize this, and I will. Yeah, so I went to France, and there's a video clip,
All right.
and
Wow.
and I
It's
showed
on
it
your
to the
website
people.
too, right?
It's on my
Video,
website.
yeah.
Yeah. I had a release on the 22nd of January, and yeah, so it's not for me. It's a hit. It's a hit. But it didn't turn out to a hit. But it doesn't matter at all because
You know, a hit is what you feel inside, man. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it. The industry has changed over the years. I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen the whole development, and you're still a Puritan as a writer, and I would say Puritans always survive. So, if it sounds good now, and you can put it on 5 or 10 years later, and it still sounds good to you, that's when it's a hit.
yeah,
Yeah, your heart and soul is in it, right?
And that's what it
those
really
are
is.
things that we talked about,
Right.
you know, in the earlier podcasts.
it's
you
for
know.
me all about music, and it's
Yeah.
a way of life.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
that's
a
it.
way of life.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, we got one more question before
Yeah.
before we have to end our interview. And that is, we always ask our artists if they had a funny situation or, been in an awkward position or something in their career
Mhm.
that they want to share with our audience. Have you had anything like?
Oh my god! Oh, I had one. I have more.
Yeah. Well,
What was it again?
one is enough.
Oh, yes. Well, one of the moments when I did The Voice, I really didn't know how it worked. So I went to the audition, and I stood there, and I looked into the room and the people, and they go, "What is this all about?" And I stood there with my guitar, and four chairs. I turned around, and I was playing, and then playing, and singing, and whoa, what the fuck? They are turning around. Oh, okay. I didn't know how it works. How it worked.
Okay.
So that's one, and well, there's a lot of more, but I can't remember right now. Funny stories, awkward things.
Yeah. The musical chairs program.
Let me think. Can I think? Oh man, I don't know right now. But
Well, that's funny enough.
yeah.
That's funny enough for our insiders. Anyway, we want to thank you for being on our show today, Ray.
Yeah, thanks.
And also my co-host Peter D.
Yeah, man.
If you like to find some information out about Ray, please go to our on our pages, and it's the Rhythm Factory Video Podcast at gmail.com. You can write us. You can also find us on Facebook at the Rhythm Factory Podcast, and all the information about Ray you can find also there. You can find information about us on there. You can write me or tweet me at Jazzo Music, and Peter is
At PB Department.
all right. This is it for this particular podcast for today, and we want to thank you once again, Ray, for coming on the show and sharing not only your musical experience but your emotional experience.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me
It
here.
was a nice journey with you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very
Right,
much.
thanks. You're welcome.
This was the Rhythm Factory podcast. My name's Eddie C, and we'll see you another time. And we'll leave you with these words. Remember, music comes from the heart, comes from the emotion, but most of all from the memories. Take care.